is up, y'all? It is me, Tasha C, and welcome to the Tasha C Show podcast. Shout out to my YouTube, my podcast fam. For my podcast fam, or you're about to come, part of it, liking what you're hearing, and you're wondering about this YouTube channel, go on to YouTube and put Tasha C TV in the search and go subscribe, and vice versa for my YouTube fam. If you're part of my YouTube fam, you want to know about this podcast, it should be in the description below, including speaker, or where you can find and listen and follow my podcast along the way, even after I stop this 1 year series that I'm doing right now. Okay, y'all, for new people who don't know what I'm talking about, this is part of my bonus podcast, meaning that I wouldn't be making these many podcasts because it's been way over 100, less than really since the end of August, because really 6 October, multiple podcasts that I've been doing, because I decided to do a 1 year YouTube series called my 366 days video journey, which is just making a YouTube video per day, whether it's just checking in, saying hi, or making a podcast, which I started last year, my birthday, and plan on ending this year on the exact same day. Okay, so that's my goal. So this is 126th day of my YouTube series, and just to let y'all know, if you are new to this as well, since I'm using this YouTube speaker app to make these lovely podcasts, you may hear clicks. Well, since it's 12:37 a.m. at night, 9 times you ain't gonna hear no landline phones ring in the background, but you may hear clicks, notifications, and so forth at the most. So anyway, y'all, excuse me for the yawning, even though it's not late at night or nothing like that. Usual, I just wanted to go ahead and at least pre-record for February the 10th, 2020. And I want to say a special birthday shout out. I will put his picture there, but not to say I don't feel like it, but I maybe I'll do that next year when he turns 12 or something like that. He has a YouTube channel, but my nephew, little Kenny, is now 11 years old, y'all, and he already thinks he's a preteen. You know how they came up with that years ago. Preteen is still before the age of teens, and once he gets past that age or whatever of being a teenager, not realizing he becoming 18 and 19, you're still another legalized kid. And then you still can't do certain stuff till you're 21, and you still stick to certain stuff 25, and but I just don't want to. I just want to say, let me do the thing again real quick for my little kitty. Shout out to my little kitty. Like I said, it's my little kids, but shout out to my little kitty. Auntie loves you. We all love you. Your family love you. Love you. Just hugs and loves, and enjoy your year, your birthday, and just take it one day at a time. Stay a kid as long as you can. Stay a kid. You know what I mean? But enjoy your day. I know he got to go to school. But you know what, y'all? He wanted me and everybody to call him at 12 o'clock and text him tonight. Like, one thing, his butt is already supposed to be in bed, but the real reality is that it would even be different, say, if it was Saturday, night or something like that, or he didn't have to go to school today. But since his birthday is on a Monday this year, and shout out to anybody else's birthdays of February the 10th, okay? So anyway, time flying by to me. That child next year is going to be in 6th grade. Oh my God. He was just a toddler the other day, Lord. But I love him, though. But I just, like I said, wanted to give him a birthday shout out, because he's making sure people know it's his birthday. He made a YouTube video about his being his birthday. He even said have a pre-birthday. He already said he was wearing blue, which is hilarious, because we don't talk about like horoscope astrology stuff that I pretty much know about that more so growing up. At first, more so told him, and even his older sister Isha. But but y'all, it was hilarious. He was like, the day before he left, he was like, I'm wearing blue because, I'm an Aquarius, and that's blue, and that's the preference. Oh, he truly is, is pretty full of personality. I'll say that much. He just lovable as he wants to be. Anyways, y'all, Let me get into this. Sorry, I feel sluggish, y'all, but it's just one of those days. First we were having kind of some warm ass weather. Now, it's starting to get back to 30 some degrees and stuff. And I think Valentine's Day is supposed to be 18 degrees is the highest. That's still considered warm ass weather compared to what the heck we had last year. Um, but what that already shows about the climate. Just the climate changes. Why did they say a record breaking 65 degrees in Antarctica? When did Antarctica start having 65 degrees? Okay, I digress. That's another story. So anyway, y'all, tonight, I almost got cut off when I was reading the description about the 4 spinoffs of the Power series. So yeah, y'all, here's a mini spoiler. Again, I'm going to go a little bit more about the Power series brand, then get on to the rest of the show. Okay, y'all, I may, I sound like as if it's 4 o'clock in the morning, but I don't, but I'd rather do these now than wait till the evening time and stuff to do, say whether I'm going to do a podcast or say show my face in the video. But anyways, y'all, let me say this. Now, as far as going back to the Power, first talking about the Power Book 2, I first thought in some of the of course they won't give too many details that after the last show was actually officially shown, not when after it was leaked. But about what was book 2 or when it was going to, come on. I first got the impression that some other people, just like I did, thought the new book 2 was originally going to start, whether it was a prequel or part 2, the future after the Power. We first thought that, y'all, it was going to actually start, after, 48 hours, on a Tuesday premiere there. But no, it turns out the new Power Book 2 is supposed to actually premiere in June. Okay. And it picks off the show, the writing, the premises, I hope I'm saying the correct word, of the show is supposed to pick off 48 hours after, Power, the original Power, ended that. Okay. And, even though I don't like to, some people brought up, they do say most, either you end up dead or in jail or something. I mean, that is in most cases when you have, the type of lifestyle and so forth. But Tommy get a whole new series. He one of the most coldest, crazy, but if it just all around and still end up with his whole seat about to come out thinking it won't be one part of the main spinoff. Tariq is still alive. Tate, well, Dre, Too Big gonna be, I get, maybe he's gonna be right if that's the last of him of the show. But I'm just saying is that, I mean, even though it was a lot of people there, it's just going, that's my whole thing. So in the end, still, and Sax got his job back, y'all. Like I said, I'm done with that. Some people in Shade Group was saying debating what the worst ending series values, and they said, heck, try Game of Thrones. Like I said, I only listened to reviews in the last series and stuff. People so excited to get back. That's the only way. I refuse to watch it after even here. I never seen the actual scene of the red wedding, and that's all I got to say about that graphic ass thing. But I seen people responses and describing what the hell it is. Like I said, that's too violent. I don't like violence. I don't like gross stuff. I don't like hell no. So anyways, y'all, before I talk about the Oscar winners, I also wanted to say this. Oh gosh, I mean, I'm kind of concerned. Should I catch up with the Blacklisted series on Channel 4? Here's why. Ray Devon, which I was talking about this series probably a couple weeks ago, maybe sometime last month or something like that. I was saying about certain shows, like I said, I had never either watched, even though I felt they were good shows, or I stopped because of I don't want to get invested in these shows because either they cancel them while they're good, or they stay on and they eventually could have been good at first, and then the writing comes horribly bad or just all out of place. Or it's it's not worth it, and that's been happening on and off for about the past 10 years, damn near. And y'all, unfortunately, and when I was listening, I gotta go back to Ashley Miller's Power review, because I already watched Really TV's. I still gotta watch Random TV's, my YouTube cousins, Lilette's and Stanley's, review to, and so forth. Bay says I gotta watch it too. So I've been starting to watch people who already uploaded their reviews for the series finale. And here, y'all, what happened. What Ashley Miller said, she was talking about some show about one of the characters on there, and they were like, and here they were in the season 7 rated Devon, and I already talked about that show where one of my sisters, Tyler, had watched it and got back to it again, and I was like, oh yeah, because they got the whole series, y'all, right where you could watch this thing. You got, Uverse or whatever, ATD Uverse or whatever, and you can watch the whole series. You got it reserved. And now I realized when I was going to catch up and do like a little marathon, maybe for a couple weeks or two. Guess what? They canceled the damn show after 7 seasons. So y'all was waiting to see what happens, whatever, and I think they already had didn't have say a series for like a series finale, like a closing of it at least, even if it did get canceled, I think. So I'm like, what's the purpose of watching it if they got it canceled? What? I'm like, and they had it on that long, they could have finished it off. So I'm like, I didn't miss nothing. I'm like, like I said, the curse of Eve, I don't know why. Like, if it's been on that long, they could have stretched it out. But I don't know the reasons why they canceled. But like I said, it's like, I don't know what's up with these shows nowadays. Like I said, it's the same with like what happened to Underground and certain other shows. I didn't watch the second season. It was kind of like it was starting to get a little imbalanced, but it's really bad. Like I said, when you see good shows and they end up like I said, being in a position where a lot of times they either lose spark. Like I did watch the first majority season of the show, HBO sport comedy show, Maybe Dash with Drama Ballers, right? And I had stopped watching. I've even had reviewed a couple of the shows the first season, and they're on the 5th season, I think. Which, like I said, it was sad to see on the other day. And The Rock was Dwayne Johnson was doing a eulogy at his dad's homegoing, and it was just so sad. He said he wished he would have had one more time. I know he's looking up from heaven. It was really sad, but I know he's the main character, I think, of that show. And I think it's on the 5th season. But, honest, y'all, it's surprising that it's kind of like a slept-on show. Just like, I want to watch The Deuce, but The Deuce is pretty much about the 70s, like with sex and, coming into mainstream or something like that. But at least it was purposely set to only be 3 seasons. So I'd rather a show be just limited, and then they already have it set where it's not going to be on for long. But just like I heard, about this show, Fleabag, who getting all these damn awards, but the only reason why I don't want to watch is because when I watched Mitch Mojo on YouTube, whatever, right? They probably watch show, remember, like, sometimes they be talking about different celebrity stuff, like films and everything else, y'all. And when they said about the sad part, like Fleabag didn't really have like a happily ever after ending, I was like, that's enough. I'm good. Speaking on that, before I go to the Oscars thing, I just want to point out, like, I will give a couple points with Cynthia Avery, even though she made some comments about us African Americans, but also black folks who in America. But not just that. There's also, I didn't talk about this, y'all, because when I was going to talk about it, I think that whole Kobe and other 8, so including his daughter and 2 other children, and children's parents, so for, the pilot, so forth, that passed away, it threw me off track, and a lot of us off track. And so Lisa Wave and her wife, who she has said that was her first time being with a woman, so was what she got with leading the way, right? They were going together 3 years, and they secretly got married only 3 months ago, right? And now they was like, oh, deuces, we getting a divorce and stuff, right? And it turns out that it's rumors that allegedly the wife been up there, it's been up there, so still sowing her oats, and she supposed already was 3 years in a relationship with this woman, and now allegedly she's, been just dabbling, with this female here, this female over there, and including the possibility of Cynthia Erivo. Now, I give her, like I said, credit for that she stopped and it showed that she went to make sure, because the publisher was trying to pull her away. I forgot what race. I don't know if she was white. I don't know if she was, it wasn't for, but she was trying to pull it away, which has been controversy with Black Tree TV has brought up or started bringing attention to, was like the possibility of like he was being ignored and other black folks being ignored, like when they're on the red carpet and they suddenly, are not being ignored. Even though I ain't gonna lie, y'all, when I look back to see if Lizzo, unless it's something that's rare on there, I YouTube and looked, and honestly, I didn't see her, besides taking a couple pictures, she didn't actually interview with anybody. Okay, because I was one of the people, there was I forgot the man's name that works for Black Tree TV. But that's the narrative, unfortunately, by being ignored. But anyway, she made sure to go over there. No, I got to do this. And she went to go talk to the black, journalist, interviewer that was there. Okay. And also, I forgot there was somebody who they talked. I think it was, I could have sworn it was Quavo and Sweetie. I could have sworn, or Sweetie was talking herself at the Grammys. I could have sworn, yeah. It was two. One of the women was black, and the other one, she was another woman of color. She was talking, and Quavo even, waved over and said hi. I could have sworn that was that. They didn't show me that was totally different. But I was just saying this that, but still, it needs to be more representation and stuff. But like I said, I was like, honestly, I didn't see, like, I'm not trying to take sides, whatever. But ain't going to be no bias, but like I said, so anyway, Cynthia is allegedly the mistress of Lena, or one of the reasons why they broke up. She looking nice, but like I said, she might be, dibbing and dabbling with a married woman, somebody, it's just, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a whole drama within itself. And also, talking also about the Oscar looks and stuff, y'all, or something interesting. Speaking of Lena Wave, I gotta bring her up again, okay? Alright, just... Whew. Anyway, by the way, y'all, The Shy, I think it's supposed to come in June or July back again. So I don't know, y'all be watching with all the changes and stuff like that, that has been happening. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to say this also. Now, Ava DeVry, who actually has a new show coming out that I think that she's directing, that she's a part of, that's coming on her own network. They have a series premiere on the 11th and the 12th. And that is, Tuesday and Wednesday on a show called Cherish the Day. And it's about, a black romance. And so, will y'all be watching that show? I hope so. And then, of course, they got the song to get it, which is the Sade song. I'm just saying, like, I'm glad they were able to get clearance to play the Sade, classic living legend, the Sade, okay? One of the, she will rock the hell out of a ponytail and still, you know what I mean? Just Sade, okay? Still, just Sade. That's all I got to say. Sade the singer, because that was confusing for years. It wasn't until I was a grown-ass adult that I didn't know Sade was not on the singer, but it's also Sade's the name of the damn band. Okay, but other than that, y'all, now, Ava DeVry, she's always, like, dressed where she's actually covered up anyway. She still was covered up in this pose, but, she took a pictures, and I think this production company are rated, to help, like, with black creators as far as with the film and directing or creating and writing films and certain films and so forth. And, y'all, somebody, it was like Celebrity XO, and also on her Ray page, you see a picture, she has a green dress, and like I said, covered up, but you can see a bump there that looks visible. Lena Waithe is kind of like her hands are like pointed, not pointed like with the fingers, but hands, but like, wait a minute here, Miss Lady. Now, either she had some bloatness, because, ladies, bloatness, whatever, that could be, Auntie Pearl, something she ate, something like that, health condition. I mean, let's just be real, it could be other various reasons, okay? Or it could be she could be with child and just saying something without saying something until, you see her one day with the child if she is with child. So, we don't know, but is a baby bump or a bump? Or, or just, a little extra in the middle. I'm just saying, if she ain't gonna say it, well, we ain't gonna say it, okay? So, anyways, y'all, I wanted to talk about this viral video before I go to Oscar winners, right? And it's going around, and it's from a distance. It's this club, right? Okay. If it just, and it's at this, script club, whatever, so the script club has been like for years. It's like, like the club, and I heard they got some of the best food, the best wings at script clubs. I never went to a script club, say, where the girls was up there shaking their ass. I went to a club when, the guys were, but as Danny's in Canada. I know I'm rambling off the story, but I went there twice, and, they were butt naked, and the black men purposely stay on stage, I guess, because they got paid more, they did private dances. I never got a private dance. Okay, so anyways, what I'm saying is that I went to those, I never seen, went to the strip clubs, so anyway, y'all, it's a strip club, and, it's from the angle, look like it's a 2-story floor, it's a big-ass strip club, whatever, right, and somebody's filming, and, and it's like from a distance, but you see a girl that was like, high up on the pole, right? And she actually falls, boom, like busts, like you look for her, like she looks like she falls on her side. And there's a girl right there that she actually kind of falls, so she's sitting on, but it doesn't affect her. She's still like this. She's just sitting there like, okay, whatever. Ain't nobody seeing how the girl doing. And then maybe it was out of shock that she just like scooted back a little bit, and then she starts like still twerking and stuff on her knees after this happened. And the person's I don't know if it was the person recording, somebody right next to the person, whatever, and it was a lady's voice like, is she okay? And so the lady comes out, and when she's talking, you could tell like it hurts, or it sounds like she's trying to keep from crying, or it could be both. And the young lady's talking, and she said like, she sprained her ankle, y'all. She, did break some of her teeth, and she broke her jaw. So she's going to have surgery tomorrow and stuff. But she was able to walk away. But it was just like, did anybody help her? It was like, dang, but I hope she's okay. But I don't know if she's going to go back to that. But it was just like, wow. But nobody actually helped this woman at all. I don't care. She still was twerking, and like, it just was viral. But like I said, the young lady did come to explain, like what happened. And she, like I said, speedy for recovery, but that's just too much. I know this is so random, but if y'all, that actually had happened. If y'all watch like Love and Hip Hop Miami, that's the same thing with the lady who goes by the woman that goes by the name of Miami Tip. It's the same thing that happened to her, but they didn't show that. But she used to do the tricks with the acrobats on top of the pole. And like I said, I know that, like I said, the videos had heard about her before, but that's why she stopped, because she fell, but fell worse to the point she was injured and all this stuff and had to recover. So she like, I can't do that no more, whatever. So it's just, you have to be very careful. But y'all, it's just, she was like, boom, but it was just like, she still kept going. I was just like, I know the pain. I don't know. She had to be, I don't know how. Who it looked like it hurt, and it's just, oof. But anyways, y'all, let's get into the what I like to call the winners of the Oscar, and we're about to get into it. I don't know how much time I have been talking. 23 minutes. And like I said, it's time. Like I said, this is going to be just give me a second. I'm about to go to Washington Post. Okay, the complete with the Oscar winners. Okay, this is so great because they ain't got all the nominees and stuff like that. Usually I rub it on. Okay, now I'm gonna say the best picture for last. Okay, I'm gonna actually start from the bottom down and go all the way up to how they got their list. Okay, best live action short film, The Neighbor's Window. Best animated short film, Hair Love. Oh, I'm so happy that Hair Love, Matthew Cherry's short, 6-minute short one, which I talked about in my last Our Kings and Queens of Volume 8, Volume 9 of video, which I just talk about Black History Facts. Had won. So congrats to him. He also brought the young man who is basically being, darn near prosecuted and won't even graduate if he don't cut his locks. And, long and all that other stuff. He brought him and as a guest and so forth. So he also dedicated Kobe Bryant and that young man. I don't want to mess up his name. I already had said it, but shout out to him. So they won Hair Love. That is so dope. I'm so happy. Yep. And that young man was wearing his locks. You better keep them locks in. Okay, best documentary short subject: learning to skateboard in Warzone if you're a girl. Best sound mixing, 1917. Best sound editing, Ford versus Ferrari. Best original score, Joker. Not Today, Herder G. Okay. Best film editing, Ford versus Ferrari. Michael McCluster and Andrew Buckley. Best makeup and hairstyling, Bombshell. Our Bombshell is based on a true story. I could have sworn ain't Ford or Ferrari kind of based on a true. I mean, yeah, they're actually real ass cars, but is that like speed racing? What is that? I don't know. Best costume design, Little Women, Jacqueline Durant. How many times? And I'm about to ask this, y'all. And I know, you expect us to answer back. How many times have they made the book Little Women into a movie? I mean, it's not wrong to go make adaptations and stuff like that, but this is like another version of Little Women in that time frame. It's not like a revised, if, Little Women was, as of now, have they made any? I never actually had to read Little Women as a book. Okay. I had to read like stuff like Jane Eyre, of Mice and Men. I had to read that. A couple other books. Of course, I Know Why the Cage Birds Sing. Okay. And so forth. Okay, the best production design, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I know that's loosely based, that's Quentin Tarantino, so eventually it's gonna be some damn violent and damn in. But isn't that like loosely based on the Marilyn Manson's killings? Cult stuff? Shit, I don't know. Best cinematography, 1917, Robert Deakins. Best visual effects, 1917. I think they gotta do something to war. Okay. Best documentary, American Factory. It turns out I didn't know that Dream Factory is actually a series of Michelle and Barack Obama's or something like that. So they won an Oscar. Ain't that about something? They still winning. Okay. Best international feature film, Parasite, South Korea. I heard Parasite is a really good film. I just honestly, if ever get a chance to say watch it whenever it finally gets where you can stream it, buy it or rent or whatever. I don't feel like right at the moment. I have seen films before with subtitles, and I don't know. I may feel I don't know. I have also snuck and did a sneak peek to see what the damn film was about, and when I read about it, Wikipedia, somebody typed and damn near probably told the whole damn film. And I was like, you know what? I'm good. Okay. And I'm so, how the hell did this damn movie Best Established Stream collect Jojo Rabbit Ticket to Buggy, when it's about a boy who's obsessed and has an imaginary friend that comes in frame of Hitler and it's during the I'm like, what the hell? Oh gosh. Best Original Screenplay, Parasite, Bong Joon-ho and Han Jin-won. Best Original Song, I'm Gonna, in parentheses, Love Me Again, Rocket Man. Best Animated Feature Film, Toy Story 4. You know what, y'all? I have not seen Toy Story 2. I did not see Toy Story 3. I sure haven't seen Toy Story 4. I definitely haven't seen Toy Story 1. Okay. But I probably had to catch it up. I'll do that with the kids. Best Actor Supporting Role, Brad Pitt, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I wonder if this was Brad Pitt's first Oscar. Actress in Supporting Role, Laura Dern, Marriage Story. Best Director, Bong Joon-ho, Parasite. Best Actor in Leading Role, Joaquin Phoenix, Joker. And by the way, y'all, I forgot to mention y'all when there was I probably had said this before, I don't know before, but I'll say it again. Now, I wondered if Joaquin, also, Mr. Phoenix also had gave the same speech similar when he won his Oscar this time, like he did at the, the British the BBC Awards, and there's a lot of them. They're doing like zoom in, and like kind of like some of his co-stars and stuff like that, or just other people who worked in Hollywood or slash over there in the UK, in the British other side as well. They were just when he was talking about systematic racism and like the oppression and in the movie world, entertainment world, and how he has several colleagues that don't get treated like they're supposed to. Basically, he's like, we got to work on the problem because if we want something done, we got to stop the type of speeches. And he just he had thumbs up. But anyway, the last two categories. Best Actress in Leading Role, Zendaya Zawar Judy. That's what slept on, whatever. Okay, Best Picture, y'all. Drum roll, please. Okay. Best Picture is Parasite. And they said it's the first in history that a feature film, a feature international film, I guess one with subtitles is not English or something like that, has not won. And that's pretty interesting, y'all, because I kind of wonder, did they win because it deserved to win, or did they win because to not make it appear as if, which it was completely whitewashed, so to give diversity, let's give a film, to say like this is all a good film. Speaking of that, y'all, I never do this because I never thought about this, but I mean, this is kind of, past. I'm not going to say tea, but, something happened in the past. Now, I've been catching up on this funny, I didn't know they did movie reviews and stuff till recently. I've been seeing up my recommendations when I've been seeing reviews of, the legendary Ashtray bitch, A Fall from Grace and stuff, right? And I've been seeing, this funny thumbnail, Double Toasted, right? And I was like, let me go ahead and see what the heck they talking about, y'all. In the past couple weeks, whatever, I'm glad I found this gym. They actually been, here for years, whatever, anime stuff. And they just do commentary and stuff like that. And it's just hilarious. And that's how I caught on with them. And they were talking about, it was recommendation about strange things about the Johnsons, right? Let me tell you about this. Okay. Now, this actually came out 2011, and this is when I used to still kind of at times watch World Star. I've been stopped watching unless a couple videos on YouTube. I've been stopped watching World Star. But anyway, they were even had talked about, that's how I seen it on there, about the shocking movie about, this situation. And it was actually, turns out to be a short movie based on a son. Yeah, spoiler alert, I don't care. Movie about a black family, prestigious, family, where you have the son ends up raping his dad. And his mom turned black eye, whatever. And in the end, the dad ends up trying to run away from his son. You got it when the mom figures out that, didn't know, until, the wedding day, and something's about to rape. It's just really disturbing and disgusting. And the guy who actually filmed this, called, written, directed by Ari Aster, right? Now, guess what? Ari Aster, and I remember he said he was trying to say, the movie is, supposed to be, some of the comedy, all this shit. I'm like, what the hell? And guess what? Ari Aster, let me read about this. He was born in 1986-97, okay, I'm clicking on this right, is an American filmmaker. Like I said, I decided to look at information again once I seen, recommendations after I subscribed to them. I've been, listening to their stuff, following on Twitch. A couple people on Twitch. And like I said, I listened to the commentary about that. And I was like, yeah, because, it actually kind of brought it back again a couple years ago where people, again, were talking about strange things about the Johnsons, okay? And here's the thing. Okay, he's an American filmmaker. He attracted notice for his short film, The Strange Thing About the Johnsons, 2011. And achieved writer recognition for writing, directing, critically acclaimed horror films, Hereditary, Midsummer. I was like, this is the same old bugger who made... I said it because for him to say it was a comedy for this damn film, what was so funny about The Strangest Thing of the Johnsons? That was controversy. Some people saying it needed to be done. Not this. I I don't. It was more of a controversial the fact, okay, that it was not also the fact that you're dealing with. I mean, it needs to be discussed, but unfortunately, because there is assault, is violation and molestation sometimes in homes, unfortunately, and the fact is, interesting enough, the man who is the director of this is a white man who made a movie about a black family, a toxic, disturbing thing about the family, okay, about this. And it's danger about the Johnsons, okay? It just really is messed up stuff written, directed by. So I'm just thinking about, even though he said it wasn't about color and stuff like that, what was the inspiration about writing this film? About to say, some people, I guess they say, looking at Wikipedia, was saying like, well, there was possibility about it could happen, but he said it was. I'm just still disturbed about, because I always remember he said the article, but like it was supposed to be like a comedy. What is a comedy about rape and abuse and incest and other topics and violence and embassy and there was nothing funny about that. And it's interesting. So but it's still not shock. It's interesting that it ends up becoming. I mean, it's still not shocking that he would go to something horror movie, because actually, strange as far as I'm concerned, the strange thing about the Johnsons is a horror movie. Okay, it's not actually a horror movie, but it was horrific about, like I said, the subject matter. And I never, like I said, I don't like horror movies, nothing like that. So I never seen. I damn sure about to see Hereditary, nor Midsummer, summer, spring, fall, mid-fall, something. Even if they come up, just nothing. So it's interesting that it turns out in the end that he ends up creating these, these two popular movies. Especially, I heard about Hereditary. Like I said, I ain't watching the shit, but about Hereditary. Like I said, I still can't believe Ray Divine is over. Like I said, I was gonna watch that too. Okay. Anyway, like I said, okay, the Power spinoff release date. Oh, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm almost there. I'm trying to stretch it out to exactly my 45 minutes, but I know I'm seeming sluggish, y'all. It is one of those times. It's not short. So yeah, like I said, anything else that I want to talk about before I leave? Like I said, the Gayle King stuff like that. I just want to be able. Wait a minute. It's somebody I follow that's called Chef, Fight for Left, whatever, so forth, right? And it turns out this is the first person I personally, not say personally, but seen. He's like, I just went to Instagram, right? I know this is so random. He said, oh shit, my birthday is in 20 days. Hey, February 29th leaf year shit. It's finally here. Shit's weird how my birthday come every 4 years. And he got like, shaking my head type of thing. But, I mean, that is, that is cray-cray. You know what I mean? I just, like I said, I just don't, like I said, I just don't, I'm just wondering how people, like, do they still count, the driver's like, what I'm saying? It's interesting to find out, like, what happened, how does that, how would a person with a leap year birthday, I mean, their birthday counts, right, every 4 years, wow. Okay, let's see here. Other than that, they were just, talking about fashions and so forth. Other than that, I don't think I wanted to talk. Okay, wait a minute. Before I get off of here, here's Shade Room. They just had some more things. The Shade Room on Instagram. Lil Wayne's funeral album just landed #1 on the spot of Billboard charts, making his fifth number one album. And people want to know, because like I said, it's been quiet. Okay. So wait a minute then. Did he knock off, I mean, I knew that was going to happen. Did he knock off what was I about to say? Did he knock out Roddy Ricch? His album. I mean, he been there long enough, but I mean, because that's a 200. I think that's the same thing. By the way, y'all, besides also Sierra and her pregnancy glow and her family and stuff like that, now, Russell Wilson has been giving us hair look the other night. And, some people say he looked like, basically John Stamos will carry Uncle Jesse off of everywhere you look, Full House and stuff, right? I mean, but he just let his soul glow and stuff. But I mean, that's dope. Besides that, 3 additional Power spinoffs. Yeah, I talked about that earlier and stuff like that. I don't know when the other spinoffs are going to come. Maybe they outline every 6 months they're going to do the other spinoffs or might have the other ones come together. But like I said, I'm repeating myself and I'm rambling, but yeah, because I'm just seeing, like I said, okay. Jocelyn, Zeus Network. Is any of y'all watching the Zeus Network Jocelyn's Cabaret show? Anybody watch Juice, whatever, to see that? I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to look on YouTube and see that they had it on there. I ain't gonna lie. And by the way, y'all, this is on the Shade Room too. The family of Chinese journalists who spoke about the coronavirus. You know what? I didn't even spell it right. I forgot the damn A and stuff. I've put coronavirus. I'll change the other thing in there. Says he's going missing. Okay, we're going to talk about Christina C. from the Shade Room staff says this. The family of the Chinese journalists who have been warning people about the outbreak of coronavirus said he's going missing. Fears he has been silenced. Chen Quincy, a citizen journalist who has been doing critical reporting from Wuhan, the epicenter of the outbreak, went missing earlier this week, just as hundreds of thousands of people in China began demanding freedom of speech online. At CNN's reports, the journalist's disappearance come in the wake of the passing of Li Wenliang, a 34-year-old doctor who died of the same virus he had tried to warn others about early on. Whew. This virus has killed more than 800 people, mostly in mainland China. Li's death ignited outrage across China, especially because it was punished by the police for... Okay. And it's clicking... Yeah, y'all. So keep positive vibes, prayers in your heads about... hopefully... they find this man, because this, like I said, this stuff is getting ridiculous, okay? Before I go off, okay, Bill Porter. Now, recently, second to last week, whatever. Oh, I forgot, Bill Porter is supposed to be already or on an upcoming episode on, Sesame Street, right? And, it looked like, now that looked like it was Photoshop of his famous, tuxedo dress that he wore to the awards, whatever, right? And it was saying something about the captions on Sesame Street, come slay, and stuff like that, and so forth. And, I was just like, oh, okay. I don't know why I looked at Photoshop. I was like, he's going to come in. I thought it was like great. Like I said, he came onto the show, but I'm like, he's going to come with the whole, I didn't know he was coming, I guess, with the whole tuxedo dress on there, right? And recently, his response was like this: what I do in the the bedroom ain't got nothing to do with blah, blah, like him, I guess, with this thing. Even though, people weren't talking about because of him, like what he does in his bedroom, with his man, nobody wasn't talking about that, but okay. But I'm just like, y'all, what do y'all feel about that? Like with, him coming on with a dress with Sesame Street, okay? I'm just like, well, they were thinking about it, but it was alleged rumors that originally was supposed to have a transgender. I don't know how true that was, a transgender Muppet character on there, but they changed that, and I'm just like, there's just a lot happened. I'll say that. Now, I'm just saying, I want her to go have a non-binary person on there next. I don't know. It's like I said, it's so much going, y'all. It is time for my ass to get ready to go to bed. And So let me get off of here, y'all, and hugs and loves. God bless. We made it to another week. Yeah, it's Mighty Monday. So anyway, hugs and loves, y'all. See y'all in the next ones, and take care.